Branding. So you guys can see my screen, right? So I think, okay, we have more guests. I admitting. All right. So I think we can start right now. All right. Before we start, as usual, I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Dr. Muhammad Nur Hidayat. You can call me Dr. Hidayat. Hidayat. I have PhD in Mechanical Engineering. Graduated from University Tun Hussein On, UTHM Johor. My PhD research involving of the CFD simulation and acoustic simulations, and I'm doing both the simulation and experiment for validations. So previously I got 3 years of working experience as a project engineer in oil and gas, and now I'm waiting for my professional engineer examinations. So after finish my PhD, I joined the MSc software as a technical specialist covering the ASEAN region. So today webinar will be the Simufat additive on how to understand the software capability of the Simufat. Alright. So this is the introduction of Simufat. Alright. Today webinar, the topic will be introducing the Simufat additive, and then go to the example of aircraft components. So here, as informed you yesterday or today, I would like to inform that Simufat have 3 multi-physics. They normally involved in the simulating manufacturing. They have 3 areas of Simufat: Simufat forming, focus for the forming simulation, Simufat welding for the welding simulation, and last but not least is the Simufat additive, covering the additive manufacturing simulations. So here is the portfolio of the Simufat product line. So normally the main issue cover involving of the additive manufacturing is distortions and residual stresses. The parts can be outside of tolerance. Normally, if you do the 3D printer, metal 3D printer, the part may be outside the tolerance. So what you can do is you need to minimize the vertical distortion in order to avoid powder scraper collisions. This is normally the issue in the distortion, and you do the recalculate with the pre-distort shape for the compensations. So this is the residual stress. All right.
Sorry, Dr. Hidayat, we cannot see your screen.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I am not share my screen.
Okay.
Thank you for your feedback.
All right. No
Okay,
worries.
so can you see my screen right now? Okay, can you see my screen? I believe you can see that.
Yes, we can see.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, thank you. All right. So this one is the slide of the introduction of Simufat additive. So this is the area that Simufat can cover. Okay, normally involved of manufacturing. The Simufat covers Simufat forming for the forming simulation, Simufat welding, and lastly Simufat additive here. Okay, so today webinar I will be covering the Simufat additive manufacturing. So normally if you involve in the metal 3D printer, this is the current or normal main issue that many facing currently is distortions. So distortion of the material. A part can be outside of the tolerance. So normally if you fabricate the parts by the 3D by the machines, the parts may be outside of your design tolerance. So what you have to do is you minimize the vertical distortion to avoid powder scraper collision. And you also do the recalculate with the pre-distort shape for the compositions. So this is normally happen in the industry, the distortion when do the 3D, when do the fabrication of material. So secondly is a residual stresses. Yeah, this will cause the cracking. You can see here. This is the deformations in here, break after 3D printer. Alright, after 3D printer. So this will fail the support, can lead to the distortions and reduce strength and fatigue life. Alright. So possible build job abortion and iterative try and error, losing time and money. Of course, okay, let me clarify to you clearly that there is a difference between 3D printer and metal 3D printer. Normally, the company do conduct the metal 3D printer. It will cost a lot of money if they do the first of the parts. If they use the what we call the plastic 3D printer, they can do easily because plastic 3D printer is cheapest. So normally they are not required the software. This software normally required only for the metal 3D printer because to do the metal 3D printer it costs a lot of time and money. Right? So this is normally the main problem, like ellipse of the shapes. This is the cracking when do the metal 3D printer. So further issues, the quality, of course, the productivity and repeatability. Of course, when they have a failure, they have to repeat the same process again and again. And normally the strength issue, the durability issue, influence of many parameters. Okay, so because of this, they experience try and error. So by using our software, we can reduce the trial and error, reduce time and cost. So they need for process simulations. So definitely this is our process, our approach to the process. The software can do the macro scale, meso scale, and micro scale. So this is the approach of macro scale. Okay, this is conducted using our Simulfac additive manufacturing. This is meso scale, micro scale. So this is the outlook of the microscopic simulations. When they use our software, we can deliver the temperature history, microstructure, mechanical property, distortion, stress, and thermal cycle. So we can do the plotting of the graph, thermal cycle over temperature of this kind of material. So the objective of this one is to gathering more physical information from the process based on the real process parameter. Okay. So this is basically if you start using our software, this is our GUI of Simulfac Additive. It's user friendly. It's only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components in order for you to complete the process. So this is process. You start with the process, define the component, manufacturing, do the analysis, and you can view the result. This is the GUI workflow example. Okay. Okay, this is the result that you can view the result. Maybe you can view the result in terms of effective stress. So this is how to do the manipulations using your mouse. Alright. So this is today I'm going to show you this example. This is the aircraft component. This example is designed to be your entry to simulating the additive manufacturing process with Simulfac Additive. So this tutorial will guide you through the whole process step by step. So you will print an aluminium aircraft component and evaluate its distortion. After that, a second simulation. Alright, I will show you the second simulation of the predefined geometry to compensate the geometry. Finally, you will learn how to compare the result and you can find the complete model in the demos and the browser tabs. So basically, let me start launching the software. Alright, so this is the software. Let me show you. Can you see this one? Simulfac Additive 2020 version 20. So first I launch the software, open the software. Okay. So today I'm going to do the metal 3D printing for the aircraft components. Alright. So first it will appear like this window. You need to create the project, your new project. So you can rename it as the aircraft components, and then you need to save at the right location, working directory For example, okay, aircraft component 3, and then select this location to save the file. Okay, and then it appears this second window, process property. So this one, make sure you select at the right process type, metal powder bed fusions, okay, to conduct the process of 3D printing. The machine is a machine, simulation configuration and mechanical, and then finish. Okay, so this is basically the interface of the GUI interface of Simufec. So let me explain. This one, Simufec Engineering GmbH, is coming from German. This is a name of the selected machine in the process property. So this is a module. We have the process module. We have a machine module, manufacturing and optimization module. This is analysis module, and this is result. Right? So here we have the camera toolbar. You want to view in the home view, custom view angle, depends on your needs. So this is the coordinate system. All right. So after you familiar with this one, this is the base plate where you locate your parts here. So first, you can see we have the red line. The red line here means it is not completed. So you can see the process now, the percentage. If you complete, you import your geometry, it will give you the percentage of process. So here, you need to complete your parts, support material, and base plate. So as usual, all right, we need to complete them one by one. So the first is, we go to parts, right click, import the parts. So I want to import the parts. Let's say I want to import the part. Okay, yeah. Okay. So I want to import the part aircraft component. Alright. So this one, you can import in the STL. Alright, STP, and many formats here. So go here, on file, aircraft component, you import. Okay, so this is the part. You can see the part, the aircraft component part that we're going to do the metal 3D printer. So after that, you make sure this appear to be geometry import property. So you need to click the position, the geometry. Alright, default one, distance to the left, distance to the front, and then make sure the distance to bottom, distance from the table, top table, so 5 mm. Alright, so after this one is complete, click OK. So this is our aircraft component that we're going to do the 3D printer. Okay, you can view, you can rotate, change your orientation. You can see this one, it is hanging in the space, so it is 5 mm, the one that we defined previously, 5 mm. All right, okay, so after that you have defined this one clearly 5 mm because we need to put the support here. Okay, so after that, go to the support. You need the parts is completed, this is the part, and then support. Okay, go to support, double click the parts aircraft component group, and then it appears like this. So what you have to do, you need to generate the support to do the printing. Generate the support. So now searching phase for support. Okay, wait for a while. Okay, so now we have support. Okay, so this is our support to do this this one, metal 3D printer. This is only the temporary support only to support the development, the fabrication of these parts. Alright, so normally we can make the support by group. So this is supports, right? This is the pictures that we can look at, and after that, go to this one, this module, component module. Go to the material. We need to define the material of these parts. Okay, right click library. Normally we select from the library, and then make sure the area of application, the powder bed fusions, and then we select the aircraft component to be AI SI 10 mg powder, and then you need to confirm. So you confirm this kind of material to be selected, and after that you go to the base plate. Okay, double click. Okay, and then you consider the base plate deformation. Click here. Alright, you need to select the material for the base plate deformations. So you go here, area of application base plate, and select AISI base plate. Okay, finish. Alright.
Sorry, Dr. Hidayat, I have a question. Can you go back to support structures features?
Okay.
Okay. There's an option for the support structure. You can choose between materialized and simulfract. What is the difference between materialized and simulfract support structure?
Which one, yeah?
Okay, if you remove the support structure first.
Okay.
Then you add it again.
Okay.
Okay, so at the method you can see there's two options. What is the difference between the simulfract and also materialized?
Okay. So basically you can see in the brief description, if you select the method simulfract, the support generate method define the way how support should be generated. So simulfract method generates support based on cylinders. Materialized method generates support based on the materialized library. Its support block, line, point, and supports. So if you want to understand your category, alright, so you can read here brief descriptions, the difference between the simulfract methods and the materialized methods. Am I answering your questions?
Okay, so which one?
So we use this simulfract.
Simulfract or materialized, or we have to define?
So
Use simulfract.
we use simulfract.
Okay. Thank you.
So okay. So we generate support. Okay. Okay, wait for a while. We generate the support. Okay, now you can see the support. Okay. So after that, you define the support material, the base plate material. So you can see it is a green color. So that means it is completed. The component we have completed. We have completed the components. So next we go to the manufacturing. So in the manufacturing, you go to the build, double click the build, and then go to the make sure default setting. You select this one and OK. And then this one. So after that, double click the stages. Okay, the process stages. And then make sure remove immediate release. We don't want the immediate release. Add cutting. We to cut the support. Okay, and then arrange the arrangement. They do the building. They build the material, do the cutting and support removal, right? So and then finish. Okay, so now it arranged in orderly manner. Number of stage, start with building the 3D printer and then cutting the support here and then support removal. So after that, you need to click the cutting. I need to cut at 1 mm height. So you can see the location of cutting here. Maybe if you want to cut at 10, so it cuts your component. So it shouldn't be lah to cut your component. Alright, so you cut 1 mm, just 1 mm. It will not touch your components, and then click OK. Alright. So after that, you click support removal. Double click the support removal. You need to remove all the support here. Assign here this support 1, support 2, 3, 4. You need to remove all. So you just assign all here, and then click OK. So now the green color completed, and then go to this one, the analysis. So in the analysis, you can view the surface mesh. Right click here and go to here. You can see the mesh. Can you see the mesh? So this is the unstructured mesh, okay, of your parts. Okay, so first you go here, and then you double click to voxel mesh. The voxel mesh is, I will show you to you later on what is a voxel mesh. Okay, and it appears like this. So you need to generate the mesh. Okay, click generate mesh. Okay, wait for a while. Perform meshing. Okay, and then you can see the geometry become voxel, like a Lego. Okay. So this is like Lego. You can see a voxel, a Lego one. This is how the Simufak define to do the 3D printing. They do the laser by laser. Okay, they define the fraction of the voxel, the quantity of the powder to be allocate this region how many. Maybe this region 100%, this region maybe 50% of the powder bed. Okay, so from here, okay, you can show volume fraction. You can see this is the volume fractions. All right, so this is how the percentage of the powder allocate in this region. Okay, you can see the color contour here. The volume fraction 1 means 100%. 100% of the powder allocate in these regions when do this one. So we can also do the cutting to do the cross-section view. U-tool cutting, and then cutting plane, maybe you can go. So you can see. So this one, the red color is 100%, is one volume fraction allocate for the powder bed fusions. And this one, the small percentage, the blue is 0. There is no powder fraction here. So that means it is good here. We have 100% of powder covering inside this region. Okay, so this is just double check. And then, okay, we can see we can adjust this one based on the views. Okay, after that, go to this one again. Okay, and then go to this one. You can hide voxel. If you want to see the voxel also can be accepted. Okay, you can hide, you can unhide. So now I hide this one. This is the original. And then okay, so after that, this is completed. You can see the green color, completed. All right, So you can go to the numerical parameter. I need to set up the numerical for the calculation. Double click here and then select parallelizations. Alright, the number of domain, 8 methods, and number of cores depend on your CPU. My computer having a 6 core. Maybe I want to put at 2 cores. Run the simulation to make it faster, better. Okay, nothing happen. Okay. So after this one finish completed, you can start running the analysis. Click here. Okay. Okay, start the analysis. Okay. So this one, it happened that the process configure 6 thread. Machine has only 12 processor. So you need to reduce lah the number of cores. Okay. 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 So I want to adjust back. Okay, one number of cores. Okay. So now the process is starting. Okay, we wait for a while. Okay. So for those before while waiting this to be completed, okay, this one you can see the process of 3D printer. It start with the base plate here. Okay. You can see one by one. Okay, and then a little bit increment. Okay. So in the meantime, I would like to share with you, if you would like to test this software under student editions, you can do it as well. What you can do here, let me share you. First, you go to the MSC software, mscsoftware.com, and then go to the academia under student edition tab. Click here. Okay, and then go to download now. Okay, so if you are a student, you need to register yourself. Make sure provide your student ID. Okay, so for example, you register yourself here, your email, graduation month, year, and please upload your student ID. If you are not student, you can contact me. I can provide you with the trial version arrangements. Alright, it is a free of charge. So here, one more thing, if you want to learn the tutorial, alright, I will advise you to subscribe to our MSC e-learning. Go to the MSC e-learning, MSC software e-learning, online learning platform. Click to the online learning, and then you need to register yourself under e-learning free trial. So this one, you want to learn anything about the finite element analysis, so just subscribe this one. They will teach you by video tutorial, and they give you the complete course for you to learn. Alright, so right now, okay, the process. Yes.
Do we need to specify our laser power, laser speed, and also what kind of our scan strategy for this kind of simulation?
normally just fill in the required one. This one you can see this step control. I will check back on that later on.
Can you go to the green widget?
Okay.
Yes.
This
Go
one.
to the build, please. Yes.
So this one cannot
Okay.
be.
Yes, because it's already run. So where did you get the value of inherent strain, which is, if I'm not mistaken, is minus 0.08, right? Where did it come from?
Which one?
The inherent strain value. Where did you get the inherent strain value? Because if we don't have the inherent strain values, we cannot run the simulation, right?
Yeah, normally what I read through the slides, the inherent value is coming from the experiment, right? So this one they just use the default setting. Okay. Okay, so I think I show you the completed one. Okay, we stop the analysis. Okay, wait for a while. Okay, let me show you the completed one. So wait, yeah. Okay, this is opening the project. Alright, so this is the completed process. Alright, so what you can see, this is after support removal, completed one. So this is where you can visualize the result in terms of total displacement. Okay, equivalent stress. Right. So normally what you can do here is you can compare with the initial shapes whether it has a distortion or not. Alright. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit. This is you can visualize in terms of total displacement, equivalent stress, thermal temperature distributions, the displacement, total displacement in the x direction, y and z direction. Okay, so after that I need to compare with the sheets comparisons. Go to here, right? Go to the surface result, and then okay, go to the shapes with shape comparisons. Okay, and it appears like this. So go here, transformation surface deviations, and then reference is of course initial shape, and then apply best fits. Okay, and then you need to visualize the result. Calculating. Click OK. So this one, okay, wait now. Shape comparison. Okay. So now what you can see, this is completed shape after 3D printer. We compare with the initial shape that we need that kind of shape. Okay, we don't want any distortion. This is what happened. You can see the initial shape in this color. So this is a completed one, the solid color. So it compare with the original one. This is show the distortion, the surface deviation from the original. So when the surface deviation from the original one, it gives, so it deviate 0.37 mm. Okay. So the blue means goods, okay. The red means it deviate from the original one. So of course, when we do the 3D printer, we don't want this happen. Deviate, we have certain tolerance, right? We don't want anything to deviate from our origin. So what we have to do here is we need to do the second iteration to define predefined geometry. Okay, so this one also you can go here, select the legend here. Yeah. You can select the color regions. Go to this one, measure. So now you can see clearly this red color, it displays more in this corner region. So you can see after completing the process, it deviate more. So what we have to do is we need to do the predefined process. Okay, so go here. Okay, and then surface result and go to the export result. So this one we need to compensate the deviations. Okay, go to the displacement scale factor -1. That means we try to produce another shape in order to compensate the deviations. So we make it the scale factor 0.1, and then select the parts. Okay, export. So you need to export your geometry in order to compensate the deviations. So normally I try to do like this. Okay, you can save in the STL format, predefined shape. Okay. Save. The file has been written successfully. Okay. So what you have to do now is go back here. Okay. So this is geometry completed. Let me remove this one. Okay. So here what you have to do is copy this one. Copy the process again. Copy without result. Okay. And then you rename as a predefined geometry. Predefined geometry. Okay. So after that, go to this one. Okay. Go to this one and go to the parts. You need to remove the parts and then import back your predefined geometry just now in component 3. This one, predefined shape. Okay. And then as usual, position it. Okay. And then click 5 mm. Click OK. And after that, you can see clearly it is 5 mm. So what you can see now, it is bending a little bit because we making the displacement factor -1. You can see it is bent a little bit in order to reduce the deviations. Okay, this is second iteration. So go here, support. We need to create the support. As usual, generate the supports. Right, the support is completed. Okay, so this is a support again. I go and then go to here, Go to the support removal and then remove all the supports. Okay. And after that, go to the voxel, double click to voxel mesh, and then generate mesh. Wait for a while. Okay. After generating the mesh, okay. So this is a voxel. Click OK. And then you go here, finish, and then you can start run the analysis. Go here, and then continue. Okay. Okay, now you can see the result. It is layer by layer. Okay. Okay. We wait for a while because after this I'm going to show you the most important parts. Okay. This is how they do the 3D printer in order to compensate the deviations, surface deviations. Okay. Is it raining outside, you guys? Okay, wait for a while.
Raining.
Oh, it's raining. So you can, at the same time, you can visualize this one, total displacement and what happened. Okay. Okay, it is 64%. Okay, almost completed. Okay. So this is let me make it you guys clear. Okay, this is geometry after second iteration. Okay, so after that they have completed. Go to this one. You need to make sure the reference geometry should be the geometry, the first one geometry. Okay, so this one. Okay, import geometry. The geometry of the one that you need to make sure your reference geometry is correct. So, yeah, let me find my Batman geometry. Okay, this is the geometry. All right. Okay. And then go to the surface shape comparisons. Make sure you compare the shape correctly. Okay, reference to be this one. This one. Okay, calculating. So now can you see the result? This is after second iterations. The previously we got the red contour region here. That means it had a highest surface deviation in this region. Now after second iteration, we do the compensation on the displacement -1 factor of -1. It reduced the surface deviations by this much. Alright. So this is what the Simufax additive can help industry researchers to reduce the try and error. Okay, when you do at the first time of the 3D printer with this process. Alright, so this one you can see that your result in terms of total displacement, equivalent stress. Alright, so I believe this is end of our webinar today. It's already 4 o'clock. Do you have any questions so far? Okay, so I think later on I will share to you the recording webinar so that you can revise later. And for those who would like to try the software, the Simufax software, you can contact me directly. I can guide you step by step to install, to download and install in your laptop. And of course, if you are a student, you can register yourself. You can PM me as well. Working industry or academic, you can PM me. I can guide you with the installation, giving you the trial license. Alright, so that's all about my presentation of the Simufax additive. I hope you really enjoy the webinar, and inshallah next week I will be delivering the next webinar on the acoustic and the CFD. So thank you very much everyone. Enjoy your holiday and selamat berbuka puasa. So I end my webinar with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye everyone.